When it comes to your film's production, the only way it's going to work is if you treat it like an a cappella group, because it's all about those harmonies. Let's talk about your shot list.
Round one, fight!
Hello, my name is Robert Higgins, and whether you're following along or just joining us, the first round of our Cinema Challenge series is dedicated to the definitive guide to how to make a movie for $1,000. To a certain extent, we all speak the language of cinema. We've all consumed countless hours of movies and YouTube and TikToks. And each movie has not a different language, but more like a different accent. The way people from the Deep South don't sound anything like people from England.
Man, I don't know what the you just said, little kid, but you special, man. You reached out and you touched it by the heart.
And in your cinematography, you're deciding what cinematic accent your movie is going to have, how its dialect is going to speak to your audience. Similarly, your actors are the film's body language. And in tandem, they tell the story of your movie in body language, dialect, and tone. And to go back to our earlier metaphor for an a cappella group, these elements all have to be in harmony. So when you're doing your shot list, you should be breaking your movie down scene by scene. What are we trying to say versus what are the actors doing? But when I say they have to harmonize, that doesn't mean that the actors and the cinematography have to be saying the same thing. In this scene from No Country for Old Men, Javier Bardem plays a ruthless killer who comes across a simple man running a convenience store. The dialogue is basic. They talk about the schedule of the man running the store, which turns into a conversation about a coin toss. Literally, a coin toss. But while the actors are playing the banality, the camera recognizes how dangerous the situation is. How this clerk could end up losing his life to Bardem's character if he says the wrong thing. This is an example of the camera language working in opposition to what the actors are doing in the scene in order to achieve cinematic harmony. Another thing to consider is who's got the power in this scene. There's a great and pretty famous scene in Silence of the Lambs. Actually, scratch that, every scene in Silence of the Lambs is great. But the scene where Clarice Starling meets Hannibal Lecter in prison for the first time is like a 7-minute masterclass on how to portray who's got the power as it shifts almost minute to minute. In our second movie, Around the World, I leaned in on this aesthetic hard, analyzing each scene for the power struggle between my two leads and using the camera to tell the viewer what was actually going on when the dialogue was often about something else entirely. Also, the type of camera that you're using will have a say in how you design your cinematography. For instance, on our current film, Sex Like Pizza, we decided to lean into the fact that we were shooting on mobile phones. As smartphones are used from everything from dating to grocery shopping, we decided to let our cinematography express how our devices are intrinsic to our everyday lives. Basic cinematography: your long shot, medium shot, close-up. But within those terms, there's a little wiggle room like medium long, medium close, and extreme close-up. But like I said, these are just the basics. We haven't even gotten to the shots that move. Although there are other, better videos for that, but I have left some videos about everything that we've talked about, including cinematography and the movies that we mentioned, in the description below. So how do you make a shot list? Well, if you go the app route, there are some like Studio Binder or Shot Lister that can help. Use the slug lines and scene numbers from your script and try to watch the scene in your head while writing down all the shots that you see. Pro tip: if you're shooting on a phone, feel free to design your shot list visually by using the phone on your camera. Go to your locations and take pictures and or videos as stand-ins for your shots. Second pro tip: you also need to consider your edit when you make your shot list. Scenes have a visual rhythm, and as they progress, the camera usually punches in to bring the audience in closer. Extreme close-ups are used when an actor picks up an object or reveals that they've been holding on to something. And reactions to that are in another close-up. One actor reacting to the object and the second actor reacting to the first actor. These pieces may seem boring and tedious to shoot, but you're going to need them when you edit. Having a shot list is going to save you time on set. That's a fact. It serves as a battle plan for your call sheet, which, as we said in our last video, is organizing your entire day. Third pro tip, and this is kind of a boss move, try to edit each scene in your head by imagining the footage that you shoot as a movie. Because if you get the most important shots, you can eliminate the needless ones, allowing you to shoot faster and increasing your chances that you're going to make your day. I hope that this gives you guys a lot to think about as you're out there imagining the visuals for your film. If you're enjoying this content, please like or subscribe. Hit that notification bell so that YouTube will let you know when we post. Remember, the oldest saying in film is show, don't tell. So you guys have got a lot of work in making your cinematography not only sing, but harmonize. See you guys next week.
Yeah, you love it, Qui-Gon Jinn.